Precious, really incredible. Really impressed by you. Hey, everybody. Hey, mods. Happy Valentine's. I love Valentine's Day. And I also just want to point out that I'm very aware that I am dressed like my mom in 1987. Like, I feel like I look like a kindergarten teacher in the 80s, and I'm okay with it. I mean, definitely the hair. I don't know why my hair, the day after I wash my hair, and the day after that, and the day after that, it gets super 80s. I don't know why that is. I just have to point that out. I'm well aware of it. I know you want me to say, pour some sugar on me. Also, yes, I'm channeling Valentine's Day in the 80s. So thank you for noticing. Holly Day, if you're in here, I'm wearing the ring that you made for me. Hey, Lacey Silver, Diana H, Jennifer Ogle. If Baby Steps is in here also, I want you to know I have been wearing that ring because it really helps me when I look at it. Faith, having faith. Donna Cooper, yes, babe. Hey, Kathy Burkhart, Gemini girl, Sierra Terry made it. Hey, Jane Aldridge, Liz Trick, Sophia, Georgia's here. Kiki made it. Taylor Miller's back. I love that you came back, Taylor. I love it. Why don't you sit up here? Oh, all right. Great choice. Taylor, welcome back. I hope you keep coming back. I thought about you today. I thought about how we need to stop apologizing. Hope Between the Dreams. Hey, babe. Bohemian Luciferian Witch, you've been grumpy. Tell me about it. Shark Week started today, guys. And you know what's odd about that is I always know when my period's coming. I mean, I knew it was supposed to happen today. I'm like, that train's never late. But still, why do I have a deep voice? Did anyone just notice that like me? When I peed this morning, Shark Week had started, and I was like, that's weird. Usually I feel it. Usually I know. Usually my uterus is like, guess what? Renee B. Hey, MLG gamer. You look like an 80s chick. Yeah, it's super 80s. Like I wake up usually with my hair. I think it's the layers that I have my stylist cut. Remember I told you guys I always ask for these because I like volume. So if my hair is all one length, it's heavy. I have really thick hair. The texture is thick. So if I have her cut these short, surprise, then it really like poofs up on its own. The higher the hair, everybody. Joanne Hawley, I love you. Hey, Linda Perales, Kim Leaf. Hey, Robin Miners, rock and roll, rock and roll. Jeannie Hansen, West Coast Fancy Nancy, you are hilarious. Guys, I told her in the Facebook group I was going live. And she was like, great, I'm at the casino with my husband. I'll just put my headphones in and listen to you. I was like, that's how you do it. That's why we celebrate Valentine's Day. It's the passion like that. Carrie Cushman, welcome. Hey, Catherine B, you love my sweater. Thank you, babe. You know, I love hearts. Everybody knows this. I love hearts. Oddly enough, though, and I love this sweater because I also love puff sleeves, but I don't know that I pull off these bright colors. I look better in darker colors. I'm not so sure I pull this off, but I got it like a year ago and I thought, well, we'll wear that on Valentine's. I almost forgot to put it on. Hey, Angie Moe, DS Kitty Diane made it. Squirrel girl. Hey, Heather Snoopy, you're back again. I love having these new people. Hey, Joanne Hawley again. I meant that. Marie Marion, Kim Leanne made it. JoJo's here. Lydia Krause. Oh my God. Lucas sends his love to all his aunties across the world. Is he 8? I feel like he just turned 8, if I remember, for his birthday. I think it was in August. He's so cute, you guys. Him's a little guy and he's British. And he tells us about school. And I always mimic and go, I swam 25 meters. Because like if I could do it over, I would have had Huxley shipped him to the UK until he could get an accent and then they could bring him back. Kids with accents are so cute. Alicia made it. What are you doing here, Alicia? I'm kind of surprised there's people here. I thought you guys would be out like boning, answering the bone phone. I guess I'm not the only one. Hey, Margie Barr. Thanks, Renee B. Joanne Palmer. Crafty Carrie. Thank you, Georgia. Hey, Smudgy Girl. That's a cute name. Sandy Wandy made it. Thanks, Hope. Pat Jonas, Hugh Jackman, Kestrel. Higher the hair, the closer you are to the Lord. Yes. You need a trim? I need a trim as well, just not on my head. But that's what happens again when you're not answering the bone phone. You get lazy. Also, wintertime. Hey, Tamber June, you're 30 weeks pregnant. I love that for you. Congratulations. Wow, I would still rather be having my period though. Although I enjoyed pregnancy, I didn't have an issue with it. It's just the part where they, hack you open to take out a 10.5 pound kid like a damn magic show. Hey, Kim is blue. Taking myself on a solo date to see my all-time favorite professional choir who happens to be in town. I love this for you. Seeing them sing on a stage I've sung on before is so exciting. Catherine B, enjoy that. Do it. That's what it's about, girl, and I'm proud of you. I'd like to hear about it next Sunday in the Zoom call, if you don't mind. Baby Steps just got here. I'm out shopping. I love that the ring is helpful. It's very helpful, and I love you. Have fun with your friends. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, Armine. Armine, that short that I posted was so cute. Hey, Dan, the breaking news man. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Thank you, Sandy Wandy and Carrie Cushman. Smudgy Girl as well. Thank you, guys. 1 week until your birthday, Dan? Well, happy early birthday. Hey, Pamela. Thank you, Pamela. I tried. Hey, Mimi. Angel K made it. How behind am I? Whoa. Okay. Speed it up. Speed it up. Hey, Lady O. I'm trying. I'm hurrying. I don't get the bone phone has been disconnected. Well, that isn't depressing at all. That doesn't make me sad. Lori Lee, good to see you, babe. Jeannie, too late to send chocolates, so here's hearts. I love you. Jeannie Hansen, that is really, really sweet. Thank you for your super chat. That's really kind. Hey, Tennessee girl. She's our third baby. We already have a 12-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son. I love that. That's amazing. That's really cool. I love that for you. Thanks for sharing that. Hey, Heart of the Personal Story. Did you change your name? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Didn't your name always say the art of the personal? Like, I know it did. I see it in my mind. You changed it, right? The heart of the which I like both, but I have to know. Hey, Anita Card, your Lisa Frank vibe. That's what it is. That's why it's 80s right there. It's Lisa Frank. But it's also like my mom in the 80s and my kindergarten teacher, I remember, wore like at Christmas time, those light bulb necklaces. And like my mom would totally look like this in the 80s. I love 80s stuff though. So I was channeling it. Hey, Marty Jewel, Marissa Martin's here. Holly, you made it. Okay, Holly, I'm wearing the ring that you made for me. One of them. She made me too. Thank you, Noelle. I love your hair too, Noelle. Angie Moe, you have a special Valentine's Day surprise from some of your girls in your email. It was supposed to be delivered to your email today. Well, thank you. Wow. Okay. That's unexpected. Thank you for being a member. I will check that. I haven't been home today. I spent the day with my mom. Huxley spent the day with my stepdad and at the farm. So I spent the day with my mom today and it was really lovely, but I just got home a little bit ago. So thank you. Thank you to the girls. I don't know who the girls are, but thank you. I will check that. That's very kind. Wow. Thank you guys. Thanks for thinking of me on Valentine's. I also just want to say thank you for yesterday's stream for the people who came and supported and were a part of that. I also, again, Taylor Miller, if you're still here, I know you probably are, we need to work on not apologizing because I'm about to do it. I'm apologizing for yesterday's stream just because I'm glad I did it. I don't mean anything like that. I just mean it's not the kind of content I typically do, but I do have to say I actually slept last night. I haven't, for those that don't know, I haven't been sleeping like at all. I don't sleep. Oddly enough, hey, Jeanette Brown, I only really sleep anymore. The last few times I saw Tommy is when I sleep. Isn't that odd? And it's probably a combination of hearing the ocean where he is. And of course it's him, but I sleep solid sound through the night. I mean, I don't have my animals with me, but I slept. Happy Valentine's Day, Pooter. I'll see you later tonight. Happy Valentine's, babe. It's cute. I did. I slept. So I just want to say, thank you, Georgia. Pamela, thank you for the super sticker, guys. Pamela, I love that picture of you, by the way. Thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Such a kind little Valentine's gesture. Um, I think I needed to do that. That was on my mind. And I think doing that show and getting that off my chest and just the buildup of the threat felt it doesn't feel dangerous, but it felt like, I'm gonna put this on my channel. I have a platform. Yeah, I got it out of my system, Sophia, exactly. Baby steps, yay for sleep. Yes, thank you. I do feel more now, it's also probably smudgy. Thank you, babe. It's also probably my period, to be honest, because that started this morning. I'm always super tired the day before and the days kind of leading up and then the day during. I'm always super tired during Shark Week, but even that'll be if that's true, that'll be the first time. That'll be the first time that I'm grateful for my period. I hate my period. It tries to kill me. My uterus and fallopian tubes try to kill me. But I really did sleep last night, and I just felt so much better sharing those details and information with you guys. So baby steps, thank you. And thank you for gifting memberships. I love when you guys do that. People get really excited. Baby steps, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A certain person will never say your name again. Are you referring to the guy? Copper Tropicals. I love seeing you over here. The word love designates a subjective condition in which the welfare and happiness of another person are essential to one's own happiness. Robert A. Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land. That is lovely. And it's also just lovely to see you. Thank you for coming over. Hey, Linda. Are you talking about the guy? I don't believe that for a second. No, as a matter of fact, the we need to really kind of keep a close watch on that, and then I'll move on from it. But I got more information. Just we need to be aware of again. That's why I did that to show you guys. But that doll that was hanging, he is a stalker. He is absolutely a stalker. That doll that Debbie Zito said it's in a noose. I did not know this until someone sent me this. He's an absolute psychopath. That's him holding that doll that he strings up on a noose that just happens to be a Reese's doll, right? Like oh God, he's terrifying looking. Someone sent me this showing it up on a noose, how he's stringing it. So just love you, babe. Yeah, Copper Tropicals, thank you. He's obsessed. So he showed us he has Reese's Crocs. And I'm not trying to ruin the show. He held up Reese's candy. This guy is insane. I'm giving all this to the cops. Whatever that is. Dude, get over it. Like, let it go. That's really nuts. But I had to show you guys that since you brought that up. It reminded me that's important. That's just another important little tidbit that he said he was coming here and all of that. It's very strange. It's uncomfortable. And again, it's a person I've never met in my life who's threatening and taunting a single woman living here alone with her son. Right? It's really creepy, and I just wanted to share that as well, just because we have it exposed out there, right? It makes me feel better about it. Kay Thompson, I haven't seen you in a minute. Happy Valentine's to you too, babe. Get back. A good day to get back into the mode. I've been wishy-washy these days. I think I need spring. I think we all do. I totally get that. I'm feeling it too. It was nice to even get out of the house with my mom today. I went to lunch with her. It was just, I agree. Like as the weather warms up, we start to feel more ourselves. I do. I feel better. That's another reason I want to move away from here and to where something where it's a little bit more warm all the time. I really thrive in that kind of an environment. I also love the beach. Thank you, Kay. And I hope that you feel better. Thank you for being here in your super chat. Hey, Buffy. Hey, Third Eye. Yes, Pamela, I do. When I first saw it, I thought it was racist. I didn't get the Reese's name. He's really gross. So all of his shows about you? Like 75% of them are. The rest, I don't know, maybe 50-50. He does them about me and Tommy. That's it. But he's really, really obsessed and it's creepy and weird and it just needs to be known. I feel better putting it out there. Sunlight really is the best disinfectant, but let's move on from that. I don't care. That guy is, I care because I don't want him coming to my house, but we're prepared and, he better just fuck off into the forever. Courtney Ann, welcome in. Thank you for being here, babe. We do. We go into hibernation in the winter. Reese, that sicko is obsessed with you. Pray for you and Huxley every day. Thank you, Noel. We're going to be fine. We are protected. It's going to be okay. Raising awareness is what matters, right, Noel? I mean, I'm already aware. I've been aware. I'm pretty. I take that stuff pretty seriously. And again, I report all that stuff with the police, and the police have told me it's already an open threat. So there's nothing more we can do. Finally back up in the 70s, Purple RN. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that in Florida. Thank you, Buffy. Guys, you have to, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I don't have an entire topic. I never do. But I like the title of this. This year we love differently. And I say we, I probably should have said I do because I don't like to speak for others, but I really would like people to get on board with me on this. Hey, reflections, and I welcome your input. Thank you, Dotsie. I have been married several times. I have been to the circus. I've been in love. Hey, Barbara Waits. I have minimized and made myself smaller to fit into people's boxes, right? I think we all have done that. And while sometimes it's fun, hey Paula, hey Iwa, we've been talking about this topic a lot, and I feel like I said, even after yesterday's stream, I feel just a little bit more centered. I was going to say stronger, but it's not stronger. I feel more grounded, more centered. And thank you for coming over here and giving me a chance for the lifeboat. Oh my God, you guys all have such cute dogs. Found your channel through the lifeboat. Crazy Cricket, thank you. Thank you for giving me a shot. Every stream is totally different. So at least try to give me more than one if you're willing. I'm not, it's different every day, but thank you for being here. Thank you to all the new people who subscribed and are coming over to give me a shot. Hey, Whidbey Island hippie girl, happy Valentine's Day. Hey, Sassy. So do you guys know where I'm going with this? Like, while I love being in love, there's one thing that we've been talking about a lot lately. Like Tommy said this to me once, and I trying to think now how he word it. Karen Doll, thank you for that. Happy Valentine's. Thank you for the super chat, babe. Back at you. Thank you. What did he say? And we played a reel about it recently too. Copper, that's hilarious. Vintage. We played a reel about it. Thank you, Carrie. Hey, Anne. Hey, original Anne. Hey, babe. Thank you. Someone is only going to love you as much as you love yourself. How can you expect anybody to love you more than you love yourself? I think that's a very interesting point. And while you may or may not agree with me, I think that feels very true. That applies to me. That applies for me. Hey, blessed Gloria. And I've had some great Valentine's days in my life. I love Valentine's Day. I love love. I really, really do. I love being in love. I've always chased love. I think that I had a problem with that, right? I just coming from where I came from, I feel like I that lacked for me as a child for sure. I crave it. I've used love and sex in my whole life as a coping mechanism, and I just realized that in the last year or two that I do that through therapy. Oh, thank you, Jennifer Ogle. Let's see what she said. Do they love you for what you do for them, or for you. Yes. Yes. I remember that, Jennifer Ogle, that's right. Crazy Cricket says, "You can't give anything to someone unless you have it yourself." That's so true. And I ran around for decades now, right? Like, eh, seeking that approval, that validation, wanting to be loved. Um, yeah, Sophia, self-love is the foundation, but I lacked that. And to be fully, like, completely truthful here, guys, I don't know that it ever crossed my mind. Kinda like, do you remember how we talked about yesterday, my therapist, when I first got out of Scientology, was like, you have friends, right?" And I was like, "No, no." Scientologists just don't view friendship as anything valuable. It's actually more of a liability to have a friend if you're a Scientologist, and that's a fact. That's a truth, okay? So, it never crossed my mind. He worked on me for months in therapy about that. He was like, "You've gotta get friends." And I was like, "I don't want friends, dude. That's not important to me." And it's kinda like he would say to me, you need to consider going to school, because I didn't go to school. I went to ninth grade and that was it. And I was like, "I don't want to." And see, people have pushed me. Yeah, Holly, now. People have pushed me to say, like, people are like, "You should go back to school. You should get your degree and you should do this." I still don't wanna do that. I'm too embarrassed and ashamed at the fact that, like, I know nothing. I couldn't pass a GED test. There's no way. Could I study and pass one? Yes, I have no doubt that I could do that. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm not ready to tackle that. Hey, Linda Garden Lady, but the friendship thing, I was like, "No, I don't want friends." Like, "You're not hearing me." I almost fired him because he was like, "We're gonna work on this friendship thing." And I was like, "Dude, are you I'm not interested in friends. So, like, you gotta let that go." I'm glad he did not let that go because now I finally see the value of having female friends. I crave that. Hey, thanks, Haggish. Indoctrination centers. Yeah, Copper, I'm not ready. I'm not ready, and I don't know that I ever will be. When we love ourselves, we don't settle. I love that, Anne. So I'm so glad that he worked on me because now I have made female friends and I really, really enjoy that. Hey, women's warrior, good to see you. Blow drill. Wow. I was just talking about you the other day. A lot of valid feelings are passed off as consideration. Yes, considerations are HENR, something to be dealt with via auditing. I hope you're doing well, Dylan. I just said the other day we were talking about the ex Scientologist, and I was like, I think I lost Dylan. I think he doesn't. I just got the impression that I did something to upset you or said something, or maybe you just have had enough of my shit. That could be too. But if I did, I want to apologize to you because I've always really liked you. I don't know you very well, but being an ex-Scientologist, oh my God, Pamela SP Butterfly, welcome back. I have not seen you in forever. Really good to see you, babe. Dylan, same here though. I'm happy to see you, and I always feel a much deeper connection with ex-Scientologists just because of obviously where we came from. None of us forget where we came from. And I just really enjoy seeing you. I used to really, really value you coming into these chats. And I'd love to talk with you sometime, but I'm not going to overdo it. I just want to say thank you for being here. And it's nice to see you. This is a great point. And yeah, exactly. And welcome in, Ruth. Nobody loses something they never really had. That's true, but I don't know what you're applying that to. A lot of valid feelings are passed off. He's saying he's an ex-Scientologist in Scientology. So a lot of valid feelings are passed off as considerations or HENR. HENR is something that was one of my very first English terms, well, Scientology terms, but first thing I remember hearing as a child and understanding. Hey, Bridge. My father used to scream, "No HENR in this house," if I would start to cry or throw a fit. HENR stands for human emotion and reaction. And that was not allowed. So even that alone should explain to you why I did not want friendships. I mean, They really train us in Scientology not to have human emotion and reaction, something to be dealt with via auditing. And also, considerations are, Dylan, would you say that that's a Scientology word? It is to me. I don't think real people out here use that. Uh, I'll give you an example. Yeah, copper. I love Leah Remini. I'll give you an example. In Scientology, a lot of people smoke cigarettes. A lot of people. I smoked. I smoked for 10 years. And they used to say, I remember going, like we would talk about non-Scientologists worrying about the dangers of smoking. And Scientologists would be like, I don't have a consideration on it. Basically, what that means is it doesn't apply to me. The only time that things apply to you in this universe is if you have a consideration, if you consider it. And they're saying basically, I don't consider it. So it doesn't apply to me. Like, I remember one time I worked for a dentist that was a smoker, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not going to get cancer. I don't have a consideration about cancer." You have to have a consideration about it. It's hard to explain this kind of stuff to you guys because it's a weird. It has a Scientology name, but it's used in the real world. But it's also used, yeah. So it's like a lot of Scientology words where they are real words, but they're totally not the same definition in the real world. Something I did find the other day is insouciant is a real world word. I thought that was a Scientology word, but they looked it up for me, and that is something we used all the time. But this is definitely a consideration. Is not the same definition in the real world. As that's what's the hardest part. For me, that's the hardest part with Scientology is we do have words we use in Scientology that's totally different than the word that you would use here. It's the same word, but you would use it totally differently. And Dylan, if you can think of any, you're welcome to list them out just to give examples. But thank you, Dylan, and thank you for being here. I mean it. It's really nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope your kids are well. I really do. I feel relieved. The other person I would love to talk to who I really miss also is Sterling. I really miss Sterling. Why does my voice sound weird? Your smoking shorts are hilarious, but I'm glad you quit. Yeah. Hey, David Booley, you did subscribe. Thank you for coming over. My God. You kept your word, man. You came over. Yeah, I'm glad I quit. You're making sense explaining. Totally get what you are saying. You always explain brilliantly. Wow. Thank you, Women's Warrior. It's good to see you. And Pamela SP Butterfly, if you're still here, really good to see you. Good to see people I haven't seen in a long time. Hey, Heather. I love how Dylan explained that. I feel like I got it, but you probably did not. But thanks, Ruth Sankey. Sometimes I have the concept and I don't have the words. I struggle with this sometimes, especially I feel like this is the only time this happens to me is when I'm talking about Scientological information. It's like I stop up and I don't know how to get it out, but I know what I'm thinking. I just don't know how to get it out. Yeah, Dylan, I mean it. I'm really glad to see you. I hope you'll come back. So the main focus of the reason I started this chat, this conversation today, Valentine's Day has always been, thank you, Sophia, has always been a thing. I love love. I love, yeah, Dylan. You notice my voice, Diana H? I don't feel sick at all. I don't know what it is. Hey, Sherry LeBrun. I love being in love. I love love. I love today. I love seeing people celebrate. I liked it that there was more traffic today and people are going on dates. And that's my thing. I love the, hey, Leslie. That's crazy, Sherry. I love the, like my ex-husband and I, that was the only thing I really enjoyed about him is he loved to go out to dinner. He ate out all the time. But I enjoyed that part of the marriage. Like he'd be like, I made reservations. We're going out Friday night. And it's not the money. It's not the food. It's the romance. It's the fact that I felt courting. Yes. It's that I felt, I say this to Tommy when we stream. I'm like, dial up the flirt. I love flirtiness. I mean, to me, I saw something the other day. and I thought it was so good. This is why it's a little different this time around for me. This is why it's things are just not, and you may not agree with this, but it says a woman should be 10 times better off in a relationship than she was on her own. Otherwise, what's the point? Now, that's not going to be every day. Aw. Hey, Myra. Been listening to Tommy, so you've popped up on my reel. Okay, well, thank you and welcome. I hope you'll give me a shot. Thank you for being here. Pamela, I'm just glad to see you, babe. My voice is probably from lack of sleep. That's probably true, Pam, or not Pamela. Who said that? Jeannie Hansen. I don't entirely, hey Carrie, I don't entirely agree with that. Like a woman isn't going to be 10 times better off in a relationship 100% of the time. That's not realistic. However, I have a little bit of, yeah, I have a deep voice today. I wish it was like a Scarlett Johansson thing or like a Demi Moore, but it's more of like a, who's the guy with the handlebar mustache and who's like, hey dude, in Lebowski? Sam Elliott. I feel like I sound like Sam Elliott today. Like it's not sexy. Uh I have an accent, Ruth. Coming from New Zealand, I love your accent. That's hilarious, Ruth. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Girl, we don't have an accent. I've had this stream before. We don't have accents, and it depresses the hell out of me. I wish I had an accent. Wouldn't that be neat to have an accent? We don't get one. I wasn't allowed one. Reese Lisgale and Blow Drill did a beautiful live that showed their healing after Scientology. I'd have to go see that. Good for them. Proud of them. That's not easy, guys. It's not easy to do those streams. I'm not going to speak for Dylan and Liz. Maybe they have an easier time at it. Talking about this Scientology stuff, I love talking about it, but I freeze up because I'm like, how do I even, this is why when I was a Scientologist, I never, ever, hey, Allie, thanks, Karen. I never talked about it to the non-Scientology atmosphere, right? Because it's so hard to explain. It's so difficult to put into words. Now, that should be a red flag, quite honestly. That should be a red flag. Like that, I can't. Pamela Perfect, welcome in, babe. I can't put it into words. Oh, that's amazing, Leslie. I know where that is. Thank you, David. Hey, Rip Curl Readiness, but I want to get this out. I want to get this out because this year is different. While I do love, it's not even the gifts. Like I've always told every man I've ever been with, don't get me flowers. I don't like plants. Everything dies around me. If you want to get me if you want to go rescue like a piglet or a dog or something, I would take that. But like, I don't want flowers. I love going out. I love when a guy is like, hey, I made reservations. Let's go. There's nothing more unsexy to me than like, where do you want to go eat? It's like, okay, like you're really making me feel special here. No. Oh, I love that, Taylor. Pamela Perfect. Of course I did. Welcome in, babe. I love this kind of stuff. This is so up my alley. As much as I've had some really rough relationships, I'll never not believe in love. I love love. I had such a great time with my husband who died. Tommy and I have had some great times. It's just harder when we don't live in the same area. Happy Valentine's Day, single day, whatever day. What, where now? I get you, girl. And thank you. You as well. Thank you for being a member. Interesting, Pat Jonas. That very well could be. So, me too, Leslie. Me too. This is different this year. I never considered, because I've been doing all this work on myself and going to therapy, I never thought about the fact that I've been chasing love. I love love. And this is what I said the other day, up until recently, very recently. Yes, Sophia, I have always, this is embarrassing to admit, but I'll admit it because it's the truth and it's where I came from. I have always chased after and wanted to be a part of my dad ever since I was little, and he never really gave me that option or opportunity. I kind of raised myself. Thank you, Myra. I kind of raised myself, as a lot of you know, as a Scientologist. My mom left when I was 6, and Dawn, you as well, babe. And my dad kept me. My sister left, and he would leave for like 3 to 7 days at a time to go play pool. So I was just home alone. And I think about this a lot more now than I used to. I can look at it and process it more without crying, and I'm so much better than I used to be at, like, kind of really observing it and taking a look at it. And when he would come home from those trips, I would always I mean, I can go back to that moment every time immediately. I was up in my room with my rainbow pink wallpaper, and I would had a record player, and I always listened to the Beatles. It was weird, I don't know why. I'm not really a big Beatles fan now, but I always listened to, like, Octopus's Garden when I was little. I don't know. I watched George Carlin over and over and over. Marissa Martin, are you sure he was playing pool? Yeah, I mean, he was definitely boning women, I'm sure. But I have that baby book where he talks about it. He supplemented his income by hustling pool. My father was in he was in like major tournaments. My dad was a really good pool player. So I watched him do it. Sometimes I'd go with him and I'd watch him, get the money ball out, big money wad. And yeah, I saw him do it. Hey, Susie CJ. So the point is, I craved. You have no idea. I'm very connection type of person. I'm very lovey-dovey. I like flirtiness. I like attention. I like giving attention. I like feeling seen and heard. I like making other people feel seen and heard. It's my love language. I always want to make sure you're comfortable. I want to make sure you're happy. Do you have everything you need? And so being alone during those times was tough for me. I had my animals, thank God. I had my animals. I cared for them every day. I spoke with them. They were my friends. I had a lot of animals. But hey, Shannon's journey, it was still tough. And I remember looking out my window of my bedroom when he would pull up from coming home. And I would run down the stairs to the front door, and I never remember my dad. This is kind of key now, right? Like, I never remember my dad hugging me. Never remember him touching me at all. And he was quite, I would say, turned off, almost a little disgusted by me, because I would run up to him and I would go, "You're home, you're home." And he'd go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, Reese, I just got in the door. Can you give me a minute? Give me a little space. Okay." Like, that's what he would do every time. And I would shrink. I always felt so embarrassed by that. I don't know why I don't know why it was embarrassment was the emotion, but I think because even then, like, I had a bearded dragon. I got this, like, rush of emotion and, like, probably dopamine when I would see him pull up. "Hey, raspberry beret," and it was like a love feeling. Like, my father's home. I'm so excited. I've been alone for 4 days, right? Like, or something. I don't know what, but I definitely felt these, like, surge of emotions. And when he would come in the door, and my dad's really tall and I was small, and, he would do this, like, I do that to Bo when he's about to jump up on me, because I go like this, right? And then he won't jump. Yeah, it was total rejection, but, like, at, like, 8 years old, he'd be like, "Whoa, whoa," like, shaming, like, it would embarrass me. I was like, and I remember I'd, like, shrink down, I would go cry a little bit, or, like, I'd just go sit on my bed and think, like, "What did I do?" I'd introvert, right? Like, I did something wrong. Hey, Jackie C, and, I think it's really important to look back at this stuff, because now I'm a 41-year-old woman who through therapy, I've learned that I reach very much. I've reached my whole life and coped by externally reaching for validation, but more so masculine validation, masculine attention. Hey, Heather. So I know I'm aware of it. Now that I'm aware of it, I don't do that so much anymore. But I've chased it my whole life, and I've fabricated. We've talked about that. Like, in therapy, my dad had this black box, right? That was full of whatever it was full of that he didn't give to me. And I've been chasing that. I've been looking for whatever it is that he didn't offer me. And so I've been kind of fabricating it and using it to cope. But the therapist said only he knows what was in that black box, right? That magical black box. You'll never know. And did he keep you from your mom to just feed his ego? Yeah, absolutely he did. Yeah, he punished my mother for sure by keeping me away from her. And he used Scientology. I'm going to take a drink. Dawn, I wouldn't know the answer to that. I hope not. He used Scientology to, hey, Aileen. He used Scientology to threaten my mom that she was going to get declared a suppressive person if she tried to get close to me, if she tried to take the kids, any of that. So he used it as a tool to weaponize to keep us like Scientology does. They keep you from bonding with a person. That's all Scientology really does when it comes to families. Did I reunite with my mom when I was about 18? Yeah. Yeah, but she left when I was 6, so it was quite a gap in time. Hey, Jamie Castro. So, the point is, he never showed me that attention or affection, right? And then as I got a little bit older, I told you guys the other day when I turned 10, that was 10 or 11. It was one of those, but I was so embarrassed, right? Like it was the first time he showed me a picture of a woman he was dating, and she lived in Kansas City. Her name was Melinda. I remember her. And my inconsiderate mouth. Thank you, David Booley. As a 10 or 11-year-old, it was stupid of me. And I'm not proud of what I said about the photo, but I looked at a photo of her and I said, "Hey, Jen P, thank you for coming over. I saw you last night. Thank you, babe. Welcome in. Guys, welcome to the new people. Thank you for giving me a chance." Um, he shared this photo of her and I said, "She looks old." That's what I said. That was my words. I remember it. I remember where I was standing. One of his pool buddies, Mike, was standing next to him that was kind of over at our house a lot. And my dad looked at me and he goes, "Well, at least she's never been as fat as you are." And that was the first time I introverted. I remember immediately again, I was like this big. I was so embarrassed. And I'd never put attention on my body. Like I never thought of myself as fat. No one had ever called me fat. I wasn't a large child. Like I wasn't, I probably was maybe had, I always had a tummy a little bit, but like I wasn't like this super overweight kid. And I remember looking down and I was like from then on, I just introverted. And to this day, I look in the mirror every day and I'm like, why am I so fat? I'm so fat. Like I have this like bad body dysmorphia. Hey, Susan Cook, thank you for your text today. Where I'm like, I'm so fat. Now I'm way better at it. I'm way better than I used to be. But now, even still, like I put on these black pants today to go out with my mom and I didn't get super dressed up. And I put them on and I was like nothing's gonna change. Like I can't put jeans on, I can't put anything on. I'm gonna look fat either way. This is one of the reasons I hate winter because my body looked I only really love to wear dresses and skirts. I'm also very feminine. I love girly stuff, but I do not like pants because one, I have chihuahua legs. I have a super short inseam and I'm all tummy. So like it just shows, it enhances. So if I always say dress for your body type. So if I throw a dress on and belt it, then it cinches at the waist, my thinnest anyway. You get it, right? So like I hate wearing pants, but winter I'm not wearing a dress or a skirt, not much. I mean, it's just not as easy to style when it's 20 degrees outside. So the point is, even today, I was like, I'm ugly. Like, why am I so fat? And I swear, this is what I said the other day. Like, you have got to take parenting seriously. You cannot say anything. Like, I'm so damn careful. And I have been for a long time about how my words come out with my son because I do not want him to be 41 going, my mom said this to me when I was 10 and I've never forgotten and it's ruined my life about my body. I'm so careful about body anything. Like I've talked to him about his body, age appropriate since he was like 12, 13. We've talked about sex. Like I always say, I want you to feel open to come to me, right? Like I want you to feel like it's totally okay. Like I'm never going to be like, you shouldn't be doing that or embarrass him, shame him, anything. I'm like anything. And so he does now. You know, he'll come ask me stuff. We'll Google it or whatever. He asks Tommy a lot, but I always want him to feel like nothing is off limits. It's safe. It's not embarrassing. It's not a joke. It's not anything. Like it's okay. If you're overweight, it's okay. We can work toward that, right? If you have any kind of image issues, we can talk about that. But I do not ever want to say, wow, you're fat. It's also not my style. And I would never say that to another person, thankfully. My mom was on the scale every day. She had body issues, and so do me and my sister. I mean, Jen, the sad point is, fact is that, it's not just parenting, it's society. That's one of the reasons I also loved Ecuador. Tommy says that because it is like America 50 years ago. There is no comparison chart. There's no like billboards. There's none of that there of like, this is what you should look like if you're a woman. Like, there is none of that. And I really think it's worse in certain cultures. So there you are. I said the other day, where the hell is Stella? I'm here. I was in Dubai for the week, been watching on replay. Wow, be safe. That's amazing. Are you going to be at the Zoom call? Because I'd love to hear about that. I also want to know how your dad is doing. Thank you, Stella. I hope you're having fun. Stella, she's gorgeous and she makes me feel inadequate. And that's exactly why. And she has that British accent. Like, she's so cute. She's friends with every movie star. I really want to be Stella. Growing up, I swore to myself that I wouldn't be like my mom. Now I'm a mom. I honestly don't know how she was okay with leaving me all those years. So I did the same thing. Okay, Stella, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're back. I did the same thing. I swore when I was pregnant, Taylor. I said to my husband at the time, Huxley's dad, I said, we were both raised in Scientology. We were born into it. So, hey, Laura Lou, we were both very stern about that. And I said, we are not going to program him or shame him or raise him in any way that we were raised. Like, hey, Anna Banana, oh, it's so cute, right? So it was vital to me, right? That Huxley does not get any kind of treatment like we did. And we took that very seriously. Thank God we were on the same page there. I didn't marry a Scientologist who was like my dad or like really nasty about Scientology. He hated Scientology. He hated what happened to him. He has a horrible story of abuse, right? Oh my God, there you are too. I was thinking about you today as I was doing my skincare. I was like I was patting in my eye stuff and I was like, where the hell is Mara Lugo? And then I went, Reese, she like works nights lately. She travels all the time. She has kids. She has a husband. She has an amazing house. She has an amazing life. Like, you're the last thing that matters, girl. Plus, it's Valentine's Day. And look at Mara Lugo show up. I'll be working tonight, but I hope everyone got love and good vibes. Yeah, my throat doesn't hurt, but I sound weird. Mar, we love you. Are you going to by chance pop into the Zoom call? Because I'd love to see you, babe. I'd love to see you. Oh, Marissa Martin, that's awful. I wouldn't want to trade bodies. I'm starting to learn to love my body. I mean, to be fair, Tommy has really helped me with that. My last husband liked my body, but he never also, I think he liked it for the wrong reasons, right? I mean, he was 27 years older than me and he kind of looked at me as an object. Tommy has helped me a lot with that. Hey, old Charlie, just as a side note, like, he has really, it's taken years for me to get naked around him. Now, to be fair, it's because he's like super fit and does yoga and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't look like that. I kind of look like a manatee, like a cute one with earrings. Mar, I'm so happy I got to see you. And thank you for the super chat. Happy Valentine's, babe. Oh, she will be there? Yeah, it's February 22nd, Mar. It's the last Sunday of the month. Thank you. I hope that I'll see you, even if it's for a minute. Maybe you could just pop in. This is really embarrassing, but my husband separated, chose his, oh wow, porn addiction over me, and I was never a prude. Took great care of myself, never enough. My life is kind of in shambles at the moment. Jen P, thank you for sharing that. I bet that's very devastating. I am proud of you. This is her first time over here, you guys, from the boat. Thank you for coming. So this is why I love this channel. I just have to say that. This channel, Jen P, I hope ends up being for you. Taylor is brand new. Myra, all these people are new. These, especially women. David Booley, you count. Legalize Freedom, you count. But I absolutely love when we can come over here and share things like this. It heals all of us just as much to talk about this because we all kind of resonate with what you just said. We can relate to that. That's a very relatable topic. I am so sorry that that's happening to you, Jen P. It's the worst. It is incredibly devastating. Devastating is the exact word for what you're saying. You're feeling everything you probably should feel. It's okay to be devastated because that applies. It's a devastating situation. I don't have any advice to offer you. I mean, you just have to work through it. But what's more important is I hope that it felt good to share that in this group of 236 people. Like, as you can see in the chat, we're here for you. I always say you're in good company, right? We can't take it away. But it's like the stream I did. Well, you weren't here yesterday, but it's like I did a very different type style of stream yesterday, Jen, because something had been weighing on me. And I finally let it out here. And hey, Sonia, visiting from the boat. Thank you for coming over. Sonia G1, thank you for giving us a shot. And welcome. Okay, Marlugo, if we don't see you, that's okay. I have your number. I can text you. I just love you and I hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming over. Jen P, I just want you to know that. I want you to know that you have a lot of people here who really care. And the great thing about it is we can share anything, good news, bad news, confused, questions about stuff. And people really offer a lot of good wisdom over here. We have this is an amazing community. These people have all become my friends. A lot of them I've met in real life. Like, this isn't parasocial. A lot of people would say that on YouTube, and it probably is, right? Like Tommy's channel, I'd say it's more parasocial because he's of course saying hello to you guys, but that's not the purpose of his chat. His channel is not to like sit here and engage like I do and share vulnerable stuff, real life stuff. He ain't doing any of that. Tommy is I've said this 100 times. No, you don't, Mar. Hey, Brooklyn Pencil. Tommy is fun. He's also used his whole life. He was a public speaker. He's not social in real life. He's not super social. He's great on camera. And I'm not saying that like a dig. It's just he and I are very different. In real life, when we walk down the street in Ecuador, I'm like, hola, hi, deet, 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 deet. Like, I go talk to people. I'm taking pictures. I'm like, he is like eyes on me. Like, that's it. He socializes with me. He is not. So there's nothing wrong with that. He's just way more antisocial, right? So I love this channel and I was hoping you guys would give it a shot from the boat, but it is very, very different, right? It's very, very different over here versus like doing a true crime or LawTube, I said yesterday. Thank you, Brooklyn Pencil. It's just very different because over here we really do talk about real life stuff and we share a lot over here. And I love it. I wouldn't change a thing. You both seem very down to earth kind of people. Thank you. And he is. That's surprising. He seems outgoing. He's not in real life. Mm-mm. He was so his whole career. I mean, he was also went to jail. He's a felon, right? He was an addict for a long time. He did a lot about sobriety on that. But outside of that, he was a public speaker. He traveled and he was a public speaker. And to be honest, I think people like that do their speaking. They're very good at it. He's very good at it. He can shake hands, he can talk to people, but then he wants to power down. And when he's not doing that, when he's not public speaking, like when he's off YouTube, he always says this, I turn it off, I'm done. I unplug and I'm back with my tiny circle of life people. He does not. And I'm kind of that way too. Like, I don't watch much YouTube because I am on YouTube. I'm done. When I'm done, I want to go out and touch grass. I want to do real life stuff. But I am the opposite of him as far as I'm super, super chatty. I want to go meet everybody. I love flying around to do meetups, to meet you guys. That ain't his thing. That's not his thing. Like, if it would overwhelm him easily. He is not like a let's go meet a bunch of people type of guy. Not at all. But a lot of men I feel like are that way. He is down to earth. He's very kind. If he met you in person, he'd be very kind. He's just not going to sit around with you for 3 hours and like pretend like he's enjoying that. He's ready to go. Like, he wants to go power back down and just like, I think he just saves his energy maybe. You're not social either, Allie. I get it. I'm very, very social. I'm very social, but I also do need time to kind of recharge. I don't know. I think we all do. Do you have get-togethers? Yeah, I'm doing one in LA in a couple of weeks. I've done one in Seattle. We did one in Phoenix. Where else? Florida. Nashville. Yeah, we've done them. Yeah, we, meaning me, not him. But no, Tommy did the one in Phoenix when he lived in Tucson. But no, it's yes, we do. I love doing them. I love doing meetups. I love meeting you guys. The Zoom call is next Sunday, Hope. Hey, Yawn. Joe Island is not social at all. We did the Nashville meetup. That was so much fun, Diana H. It was so much fun. So that's my thing. I like shopping. I like getting out. I like meeting people, going to lunch, going to brunch, whatever. But even when I was in Ecuador, there was a couple of expat like group meetups, and he went to one of them with me, but I went to the others. I was like, I'm gonna go, and he was like, you go do your thing. Like I'd be like, I'm gonna go shopping, and he'd be like, okay, I'll come with you, and then he would like go home. He just doesn't. It's just not his thing. It's just not. He's not super super social. That's the definition of an introvert. I'm the same way. I'm social, but I need quiet time. So that I guess you would call me that too, Sonia. But the thing is, for me, I talk to everyone. Like nothing to do with YouTube. If I go to Publix, if I go to the UPS store, Costco, I know every employee's name. I love everybody. Like I like to go chat with people. I like to talk to anyone and everyone that's willing to chat out in public. But it is true that like it does come to an end and I got to go home and just like be alone for a little bit. But I love, love, love approaching and talking to anybody, everybody. And I like talking about any topic. Every time you speak of Scientology ways, I always realize how much I relate to it in my way of thinking. Well, that's interesting, Mar. I'd like to hear more about that. Like, I need to know what you mean by that. Thank you for the super chat. That's interesting. You've never said that before. You both are real. It's your humor that I like. Yeah, Tommy is probably one of the very funniest people. Our humor is spot on. We both make each other laugh a lot. I've never been in a relationship with anyone where they made me laugh so much. Michael, yes, sometimes. But I'm always the person to make others laugh. And Tommy always has been too. We really do make each other laugh. Hey, Catherine J. Thank you, Taylor, and happy Valentine's Day, babe. Thank you for coming. I think you're an extrovert, Reese. You are energized by the social time. Introverts are energized. I mean, that's probably true too. Thank you, Joe Island. That's probably true too, Ann, and you would know. Guys, I really do. I'm getting hot in this sweater. You know what, Ann? I bet you're right about that because the Zoom. So we do a Zoom call, guys, for the upper tiered members of the channel. I do a Zoom call every month on Sunday of every month. Last Sunday. What am I saying? The last Sunday of every month, I do a Zoom call. And you're right, Ann. I don't think a lot of people who are true introverts could probably handle that. Boy, that looks bad, right? Could probably handle that. That does make sense. I would say I'm an extrovert because I love that Zoom call. Now, at the end of that Zoom call, though, I am exhausted, but we all are. The last one was 17 hours long. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that because I don't want to scare people off. Pulling things in, really? Where would that come from for you, Mar? Because I've never heard a non-Scientologist say that. Thanks, Robin. Interesting, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Charcoal Ninja? Yes, extra. Reese is an ENFJ, the rarest personality type at last count. What does that mean? What's an ENFJ? Do you have any greenstone rings? I don't, but tell me more. I love rings. I love jewelry and I love gemstones. Interesting. I want to know more about that and what that means. ENFJ. So back to what I was saying. Do you mean a Zoom call, old Charlie? Because I would absolutely love it if you would come. I would love to hear your accent, although you're Australian. Damn it. Our Aussies have a hard time coming. That's not true. They're 17 hours long. There's got to be a time and a window that you're awake then. But they start at noon, which I know right now in Australia, it's like July 12th, 2027. You guys are on like whole different year. But still, I think that we could make that work. I would love to meet you. Joel Sachs came once. He's South African. The Zoom calls are amazing. I love to listen to all the wisdom. So do I. I just eat it up. I absorb it. I look forward to those so much. I look forward to those calls. So I like save up my energy and like things I want to talk about just for those damn calls. It's the Myers Briggs personality type test. Interesting. I don't know anything about it. Myra, I'm Canadian. Yeah, you have an accent. We have a lot of Canadians in this chat. Extrovert. Hey, not a bot. Extrovert, intuitive, feeling, judgment. Interesting. EIFJ. How do you know I'm that? How would you know that if I haven't taken the test? Yeah, we have so many Canadians in this chat. I love it, and they have accents. Oh, yes. I met that guy, remember at the airport going to Ecuador with me? He was so nice. I thought that dude, like meditation and stuff. Oh, Mar, we need to talk about that. I hope you come to the Zoom. Remember that guy? Oh my god, I thought he was putting on an act. I was like, "Haha, okay, that was funny. You don't have to keep doing it." I was like, "Are you going to Ecuador?" Because I thought I missed my flight. Remember, I was running and like my fupa was flapping in the airport. I was so embarrassed. I was sweating. Guys, I don't run. I can't remember the last time I ran. I feel like I was like, "Slow down, Reese. Your health insurance isn't that good." And I thought I missed my flight. And I ran up to this guy because I was like, "Oh my god, this is not to be anything," but I was like a guy who looks like he speaks English, because most of the people going to Ecuador don't speak English. I've flown there enough times that typically it's hard to find someone who speaks English. So I was like, I bet this guy speaks English. He was like 6'5" and he had red hair. And I was like, "Sir," I was like, "Are you going to Ecuador?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, you betcha." And I was like, okay. I was like, "So I haven't missed my flight." He was like, "Oh, no, no, not at all." He was like, "No, yeah, we're going this way. You betcha." He was like, "You going to Ecuador?" Yeah. I was like, "Okay, it was funny, but you can stop. Like, what are you doing, Francis McDormand? Stop it." And this dude in like 10 minutes time said, "You betcha." I don't know, a couple thousand times. I was like, "Is this real? I was like, "Are you being serious?" He was like, "Oh, you betcha. Oh, yeah." I was like, "You're the most friendly little Christmas elf that I've ever met in my life. What's happening?" I was like, "What is that? What drug is that? That's a powerful ass drug." I was like, "Why are you so happy? What's going on?" And then he wouldn't leave me alone. He just kept talking and talking. And he was so nice, but I was like, "What in the Francis McDormand's going on, Lady O?" Yeah. No, I was like, and then it kind of, you know how people like they talk a certain way. Hey, Christopher, when's the last time I did a meetup, Jamie? Last summer, June, Nashville. Yeah, and then you know how people talk a certain way and then you start adopting it? Like, I was like, "Oh," like, all of a sudden within about 10 minutes, I wasn't saying "you betcha," but I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." I was like, "Reese, stop it. What are you doing?" I was like, "Quit it. Get back to your Midwestern filth. Get back to your am I a Canadian? No, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I have 0 accent. I have the most flat, boring ass voice. I sound like a man from Jiffy Lube. I was kind of pissed about it. Yeah, they do sound like Debbie Zito's from Minnesota, and she's like, "Oh, ols, her ols." Uh, Reese Josh's feeding tube was removed today. I love that. DNV continuing to pray for him. That's amazing. Yeah, it was wild though. Like he was like, where are you? I reflections. It was crazy though. I started adopting it. Like he broke my spirit. I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I was like, "Quit it. What are you doing? Get back to your boring Omaha angry self." I got sympathy. It was a sympathy accent. Yeah, I started adopting it. And we got on the plane. What did he call? Oh, yeah. Remember what he called white people? It was so weird. He was behind me and we were on the plane and I was like waiting for people to put their shit up so you can sit down. You know how that always takes like way longer than it should? Do you ever notice that? I don't know. I've been traveling a lot lately. Do you notice that it's like, what are you doing? Why does it take 40 minutes for me to stand here to get to my damn seat? What's going on that you're taking so long? So, the student I had time to stand there and I was like, I was getting impatient, and he was like, "Oh, wow." And I was like, "What's that, dude?" I was like, "Oh." He's behind me. He's like, "Oh, wow." And I was like, "Oh." Yeah, it's weird. It was a sympathy accent. It was a sympathy. And he goes, Oh, yeah, there's a lot of blancos. He's like, "There's a lot of blancos on this flight." And I was like, "Blancos? What the hell is a blanco, sir?" If you can't tell she's from Nebraska, you got a problem. Joe Island, yeah, a lot of Chipotle, okay? A lot of potatoes, a lot of Mexican food. All right. I'm not diabetic because no reasons. I'm diabetic because I strive to be diabetic. Okay. There's reasons that I'm not going to make it past 60, man. I usually mimic someone's accent. It's automatic. I can't help myself. Yeah. It was, what the hell is a Blanco? I was like, "Should I be offended right now? Is this, okay? Are you mocking me?" Like, I really thought he was making up that accent until 40 minutes went on, and I was like, "Yeah, this guy is just, lithium?" I was like, is this, it's a hell of a drug, is it? Is it not?" We do not call people that he must have been from Newfoundland. Blanco is hey, Meredith Lynn, Blanco is white in Spanish. Okay, Anna Banana, you don't have to rub it in that you're having Chipotle for dinner. Please don't do that to me. Hey, Tinkle, welcome back. Look at speaking of, see, Tinkle also looks like just the smiliest, happiest person you've ever seen. Wish I could get there. I strive for that. I try. I really want to be. Hey, Karma Charms Kittens. It's different though. Those Canadians, they'll get you, but they are really happy people. They've all invited me into their homes. I'm probably going to end up living with one of them. And I think that's just, I think it's the icing on the cake, quite honestly. So back to what the purpose of this whole topic was, guys, I've been coping. You wouldn't be able to hang around my dad's side of the family. They speak Spanish with a Southern Mexico accent. What does that mean? What the hell is a Southern Mexico accent? You know what? I'm gonna embarrass the shit out of my mom here. So my mom, they own a farm, right? There's a man who has worked with them for a long time. They have several people who are Hispanic. I don't know if they're from Mexico specifically, but they're Hispanic. And they're the sweetest people. They're so kind. And oh my God. They speak. I love that. Sig Beats, they speak English. It's very broken, right? And my mom, I'm like, "Mom, what are you doing?" Like, this is just this is your typical, like, older. My mom the other day was talking to one of them, and she was trying to say the word yellow. And she was like, the yellow, yellow. I was like, changing and tweaking your accent a bit, mom, your American accent is not going to help them to get the English word you're trying to say. I don't think she realized she was doing it, but I was so embarrassed about it. I was like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I was like, I have to get the hell out of here. I can't believe you're doing this. Like, not trying to speak Spanish, which by the way, I picked up some Spanish in Ecuador. Like, I was helping. And then I was like, "Mom," I was like, I went to an entire, thank you, Joe Island. I'm like, I went to an entire Spanish only speaking country for a long time. What's Nebraska famous for? Absolutely nothing. Corn? Nothing. I was like, "Mom, I had no problems in Ecuador because there's something called Google Translate." I was like, "All you have to do is put this in and it will even say it for you." But here's my mom. She's like, yellow." I'm like, "What are you doing? What difference does it make if you're changing your accent in English? You're literally changing to try to have a Hispanic accent in an English word. What's going on?" Okay, thank you, Puka Vista. Hey, Linda, happy Valentine's. I was embarrassed. I was like, I got to get out of here. I can't be seen with you. What if somebody goes live and I'm around this shit? Now, we were on her farm, which that's not going to happen. And I live out in the middle of nowhere. Hey, Cliff Ann, deeper south in Mexico, they speak Spanish with this accent and lingo. Okay, Marlugo. Holy shit, though. I was like, "Mom, like, just be your normal, cheesy white person self." Like, when we go to a Mexican restaurant, I'm like, "Is there pico de gallo on that?" Like, you don't have to try to change it, right? Like, you actually are a little cringe for changing it. Like, if you're going to be American, be American. If you're going to order a LaCroix, order a LaCroix. Don't order a La Croix. Don't suddenly be French or Swedish or wherever that beverage comes from. Don't be like, "I'll have a liqueur, a croissant." Yeah, we don't need to do that. Like, you don't have to do that. I'm embarrassed when people do that. Stop it. Oh, how did Jeff, my ex-husband, would be like, foie gras. I'm like, it's foie gras. You don't have to, we don't need to change your tune. We don't have to tweak the accent. Just be your awful self. Um, Jen P, Chicago people have an accent. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Hey, just Jen. God, I was embarrassed. Do not go somewhere and be like, love you, Myra Myrtle. I hope you come back. The new people are like, well, Tommy, we gave her a try. She's awful. She's awful. Get rid of that bitch. The cellist. Probably, yeah, Ruth. Yeah, it's just don't do it. Hey, Riley's human. Don't be like, I'll have a croissant. A croissant. If you're gonna do it, at least do it like Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. Like if you're gonna do it, at least go full out with the French. Don't be like croissant. Be like a croissant. Do that. Like at least make it extra cringe. Pull it all out. Pull out all the stops. Right. Be like what is it? La Croix. I'd like a La Croix. No, it's a LaCroix. We're American. Okay. What did so fabulous. Barbara, wait. I'm just saying we get a pass for it. Okay, Myra, I'm happy to hear that. We get a pass for it. We're dumbed down. We're not, don't, my mom was like, yellow. I'm like, mom, you're not helping. You're not helping to get across what you're saying just by tweaking your accent. Do not go into a French bakery here in America and be like, croissant and la croix. No, we don't need to be doing that. You don't need to do that. That's not, it's cringe. Don't do it, guys. Please don't do it. My husband, brother, and I do that. We love emphasizing words. Thank you, Deb Unfiltered. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Tommy has some Valentine's surprise. He wants me to pop onto his show tonight. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm not sure, but I might come over there and hop in again. But if you notice, whenever I go onto Tommy's shows, people leave. So I think that for the 3 people who are willing to stay from the lifeboat, thank you so much for giving me that shot. I hope that you'll continue to come back. For everyone else, it was very nice meeting you. Oh my God, Marlugo, I can totally see you doing that. That is hilarious. Carol, I know. Why? Please tell me you guys don't do that. Don't do that. Don't change up your accent to try to sound more like they're going to understand. It totally makes me think of, oh my God, who's seen Clueless? Alicia Silverstone. I love that movie and I love her brother Josh in it and their Hispanic housekeeper Lucy. Do you guys remember that scene? She's like, what does she say? Oh my God, it's so bad. She goes, Josh, I don't speak Mexican. And he goes, Lucy's from El Salvador. And she goes, so? And he goes, that's an entirely different country. Sometimes we're the worst. Americans can be the absolute worst. It's so bad. I'll never forget that. She's like, I don't speak Mexican. It's so bad. But I love that movie. But he's like, Lucy's from, oh, I know what he says. Lucy goes, I'm not a Mexican. He goes, Lucy's from El Salvador. And she goes, so? And he goes, that's an entirely different country. And he goes, you get mad when someone thinks you're from the Valley. And Lucy's like, I'm not a Mexican. It sounds like my grandmother being like, we're Italian. We are not. What did she say? We're not. What's that part of Italy that my grandma said was like, that's not where we're from? Somebody tell me a part of fair dinkum, dickhead. Yeah, I guess I broke my own rule. What is it? What's that part of Italy? Come on, guys, you know. Just popping in, we'll catch a replay. Wishing all of you, not no, not Tuscany. Thank you, Debbie Zito, and have fun on your Valentine's Day. Sicily, Sicily, is it Sicily? My grandma would be like, "We are not Sicilian." Isn't that it? Is it Sicilian? I think so. Yeah. We were Italian, but my grandma was like, "We're not Sicilian." I was like, "Geez, grandma. Okay, just make the meatballs." Good Lord. Jen P, nothing against Sicilians. I don't even know anything about them. Good Lord. People are so crazy. People are nuts about shit. But I have got to talk to my mom about it. And if I can, I'm going to have one of you do it. I'm going to have one of you do it. I was like, Mom, don't ever do that again. I don't think she realized she was doing it. She was like, yellow, yellow. I was like, I'm fucking out of here. I can't be around this. It is so cringe. I was like, I can't do this. I got to go home. I got to get as far away from this as I possibly can right now. Like listening. Can you imagine if I went to Ecuador and tried to do that? Like just changed my accent, but said it in English? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Uh, Ruth, I'm really glad that you're going to stay with us. Ruth is one of the 3 people from the boat that came over. I think Sicily. Yeah. Oh man, it's awful. It's so cringe. Interesting, Sig Beats. Reese introverted right there. I did. Yeah. Reese, us Western Canadians are getting to know each other over here. We need you to come up for a meetup. I'd love to come to Canada for a meetup. Don't threaten me with a good time, Joanne. Jen P is one of the 3 also that's staying. Thank you, Jen P. Thank you for supporting ladies, supporting the ladies, even if they're cringe ass ladies. Carolyn Peters, happy Valentine's Day and welcome in. Italians take that distinction seriously. Italians, it's just so ridiculous. We're humans. It's absolutely ridiculous. Get over your life. Get over yourself. Get over it. Guys, back to the story. It's pretty much over. I feel like we killed it at this point. However, I'm being serious. I want to get this point across, okay? I don't know where that is, Robin. You don't get notifications? I guess hit the bell for notifications. I don't know. Please hit the like button though while you're in here, guys, and hit subscribe because YouTube will unsubscribe you. YouTube hates me and it unsubscribes people, or people just hate me and they hit unsubscribe. But either way, it's nobody's fault. So Lacey Silver, I love you. So I want to say real quick, in all dead seriousness, this is a different Valentine's Day than it's ever been for me. Okay. I've answered the phone on Valentine's Day. I've gone and done the circus, the dance, the show. I've gone to black tie events. I've had all kinds of fun, guys, been married a lot. And one thing I didn't do, I'm being dead serious right here, that I overlooked all this time. I've been seeking out. So I said this recently, and this is embarrassing, and I still haven't owned up to it. Armine, I'm being serious about this. I have most of my life, because I think of my upbringing, probably got to deep dive this more, but most of my life, I have thought I have to have a man to feel complete. Thank you, Catherine J. I have to have a guy to feel complete. I have to be married, or I have to have a guy to feel financially whole. I have to have a guy because I have a son. Like I've made up all these weird reasons, all these like beliefs that I've attached importance to because I believe that I'm not willing to let go of those beliefs because that has to be true. And so that's also, I think, a coping mechanism. It's like I have to have a man in order to feel this or that. I think it's great to have a man. But I don't think anything is healthy when you feel like you have to have it. I really need money to pay my bills. But I also think it's unhealthy to be obsessed with that idea, to be obsessed with like, I have to have money, right? Of course, we all have to have money. We all have to have food. Karma Charms Kittens, are you in the Facebook group? Mods, can you post the link for our Facebook group, please? You have to answer the questions to get in, but I need more people in the Facebook group so we can discuss that topic there. And if you're not, then just email me. That idea of have to have anything is kind of nuts. And it's it's over the top, it's obsessive, in my opinion. So, especially the idea of having a man, having another human, right? You don't have to do that. Thank you, Yadira. And so this year, that's been one of my things about 2026. Hi, Bobo. Oh, he's a friendly guy. He's a great person. Him's a Valentine's man, and he's a great person, and he's well educated. And he did his residency at Johns Hopkins University, but he also went to Harvard. Oh, but he also eats a cat turds. Himsa cleans out the litter box for us every day, and we really, really appreciate that. But we also hate it. It's super gross, Jangies. It's really gross. Thank God you won't kiss. Yeah, me too, Gen P. So we're just standing on our own 2 feet a little bit more this year. We are leaning into, I don't, thank you, Pat Jonas. I don't need anybody. The only person that I have to have and be sure and take care of is my 16-year-old son. Let's be real. But I think more importantly, right now at this point, I think it's super, super, super important that we just really, this sounds cheesy, guys, and I've heard it my whole life, but I've not really thought about it. I've not, when the student is ready, the teacher appears kind of a thing. I think it's truly important at this point to love yourself, because what Tommy said to me really hit me. How can you expect another person to love you more than you're willing to love yourself? If you don't love yourself, oh, Chen P, if you don't love yourself, how can you expect someone of any quality, right, that's going to come along and care about you more than you do? Hey, Heather Rhodes. So that's the only key that I am trying to apply more and more to my daily life. And that's why, like, my whole life, I would never go to a restaurant by myself. I've been taking myself out about once a month. I'm getting my feet wet. I'm getting more comfortable with it. In the beginning, I was so uncomfortable that, remember, like, if I poop in public, I have to pretend I'm on the phone in a public bathroom so that I don't feel alone. And I also have a really shy colon. It's hard. I don't like to poop in public. But it's the same thing when I go through the Taco Bell drive-through and I order like $20 worth of food and it's just for me. I get really embarrassed. So I have to pretend I'm on the phone and be like, what else did you need? You also want a bean burrito? Nacho cheese too. I'm like, can we also get some extra fire sauce? This one loves fire sauce. And then there's no one there. I'm just, right? Like, I just have to feel less alone. It's also a coping mechanism because I ordered too much food. But that I was doing that when I first took myself out. I would take myself out. Wow, thank you, faithfully. Thank you, Tony. Oh, you're cute. You look like Stevie Nicks. I always watch her live. You are way more secure than you give yourself credit for. Thank you. Oh my God, welcome and thank you. I went back to join the Facebook group. There are no questions, probably because I was there before. It says, okay. Mods, can you look at that? Because I want to make sure she gets in. Thank you, Sherry, for telling us. I did the same thing when I first started. I only take myself out like to lunch. I'm too afraid to go to like a real dinner, but I'll take myself to like a brunch or a lunch now. And it's embarrassing still when like there's some really cute couple next to me, like waiting to be seated, and the host is like, how many? And I'm like, table for one. I'm at the carnival. I'm like, single rider, table for one. But I'm getting more comfortable with it. What I'm saying is I used to sit down at first and like either like I'd put my headphones in and like pretend I was like a businesswoman, like in Romeo and Michelle. Like, do you have a businesswoman's lunch special? And now I'm actually way more comfortable. Like, I will just sit down. I will just set my phone down and I'll be like, hi. And I'll just sit there and chat with the waitress and I will just eat my food. And I don't feel, good for you, Carolyn Peters. I don't feel ashamed. I don't feel embarrassed anymore. I'm like, this is normal life, Reese. Like, this is also, you need to love and accept who you are. The other thing is, I love and accept everybody else in my life, right? I love and accept people for who and what they are. I love and accept people for where they're at. I don't set expectations up here and they're not going to meet them because they're here. I lower and meet to where people are at. Why the hell am I not doing that for myself? Some days, what does my therapist say? When stress goes up, self care needs to go up. So it's like some days I need to meet myself. I might be more up here sometimes. Some days I need to meet myself down here because that's where I'm at that day. And that's okay. It's called self care. Like, get used to it. Why are you so, why am I so willing to like bend over for people around me and accommodate people and set me on fire to keep somebody warm? But God forbid, right? So that's what I'm saying about this Valentine's Day. We love differently. You know why? Because we love ourselves a little bit more. I have to live with me. I have to live in here. I have to be good with this. Do you remember that beautiful thing, that beautiful reel that said, there's two people in your life? There are two people in your life. And you guys are welcome to Facebook request, friend request me too. I like having Facebook friends. There's two people in your life that you have to be good with. You have to prove yourself to. And I loved this. This is not me. I'm not an original. I didn't come up with this. It's not your parents, it's not your spouse, it's not even your kids. It's the 7-year-old version of you and the 75-year-old version of you. Those are the two people you need to feel right about, that you have to hold yourself accountable to, that you have to heal. Right? It's not anybody else. And that makes so much sense to me because as much as we love our spouse or our children or whomever, I came into this world alone. I'm going to go out of this world alone. Like, I have to live here. I have to live in this space in my head with me. Yes, the cheap chick. I have to live with this. Am I good with me? You know, your spouse or people on the internet or whoever might be like, I'm not good with you. And here's why. I didn't like that stream you did. And here's why. Or Tommy might go, I don't like this. You need to change it. And here's why. I'll listen and I'll hear you out. But I am the CEO of my life. So like, I'm going to make those adjustments based on what's best for me at the same time. And that is what's been missing my whole life. I said this in our Zoom call a couple months back. It was crazy. Everybody was talking at the same time. We were all giving opinions and I stopped everybody. I went, whoa, 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 wait. It just came to me like the Holy Spirit. I'm not kidding. Something just entered into my head and I went, whoa, 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 wait. It was like the answer just came to me so simply. And I just said, I'm going to do what's best for me. That's it. I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to give reasons why I'm making the choice I'm making. I'm going to do what's best for me. That's it. That's it. And that's what we should be doing. You have to be good with your 7-year-old self and your 70-year-old self. That's it. When it comes down to it, it's just you. So while I love Valentine's Day and I love love and I love the dates and I love all of that, I never thought about just loving me. Am I good with me? Like I get dressed up and I get, all dolled up for a man, or I get all like, I get lost in that. What about me? Am I happy with me? Right? Like, do I feel good about my character? Do I love myself fully? Do I accept myself? Not really. For the past 41 years, I've been telling myself how fat I am and uneducated, right? You're not very smart, Reese. Like I say things like that a lot to me. You're really behind. You're stunted in your growth because of the Scientology background. You don't know enough. You don't fit in with the world. Everybody else knows this shit except you. My ex-husband used to say all the time, you're an uneducated Scientologist. You have no common sense. He used to say that to me all the time. And it's like, what good is it doing for me to say that? I would never say something like that to a friend. I wouldn't say that to a spouse. I wouldn't say that especially to my son. Why am I saying that shit to myself? Oh, for sure. Carolyn Peters, absolutely. Mar, Good for you. Love yourself first. Like my dad used to tell me, study and take care of yourself so that one day, if needed, you don't have to depend on, oh my God, yes. That's genius. That's beautiful. I just had that conversation with my stepdad like a week ago. I said to him, I do not believe anymore in getting money, financial support. Don't rely on someone else's income. Do not rely on an inheritance, right? Like he was just nodding. And I said, you have to have a plan. Women have to be able to support themselves. We want to have our own voice. We want to have our own place to speak and really be bold and strong like we should be because we are full of that kind of knowledge and beauty and wisdom. Then you also have to be able to not rely on someone else and be at their mercy because we've been there. I've been there. It's a nightmare. It's absolutely miserable to be under somebody else's financial fucking control. It is a nightmare. Have your own plan. I love that. I love all the every time you talk about your dad. Thank you for your super chat, Mar. I love that, Reese. Keep a pic of your 7-year-old self in your wallet and remind yourself that your choices impact her. Yes. And the 70-year-old woman I hope I make it to and become. That matters to me. That really matters to me. I want to make up the damage for all of that. And I want to be a better person. Like all of those things matter to me. I want to be accountable when I hurt people's feelings, right? Because I do that too. I've got that dark humor and George Carlin upbringing, and sometimes I'm too much for people. And I don't mean to be. I don't intend to be. That I may not be able to change. I've tried to tone it down, but I also love humor. And not everybody gets my humor. Baby steps, love your neighbor as yourself. To follow this, you need to love yourself. Maybe why we have so many problems these days. People think they love themselves, but probably don't. I think people fill the void of it by, thank you, Tennessee girl. That means a lot for you to say that because I'm like, I hope whoever needs to hear this gets it because I feel like I'm effing up this message badly tonight. Thank you, Tennessee girl. And baby steps, I think you make a good point too, because I think some women have this like false confidence, where they think they have it all or they make really good money and they are self-sufficient, and good for them, by the way. I love women who make it, who are entrepreneurs, self-made, all those things. But also a lot of that I see also they fill that love with like things and trips and, luxury and stuff like that, which is great. If I had a ton of money, I would be the same way. But you want to make sure that you're loving that foundation where it all began, where you came from. Right? You can treat yourself and reward yourself if you can afford it, and good for you if you can. But at the same time, make sure that you got the basics down, right? Like the foundation, that you really do love yourself. You really do care for yourself without it having anything to do with money or treating, right? Thank you, Julie. That I like that baby steps because it also puts that into perspective. Like we can overdo it where we think we're taking care of ourselves, but I've seen just the same thing there where they're fairly empty and they're incredibly insecure. I've met women who overcompensate like some men do, and it's like kind of female dick swinging. And it's like, oh man, that's like a false sense of security. You don't love yourself at all. And you can see that. You can see that in like the things you think you have to do to look a certain way or be a certain way. You're not just being you. You're not just being your true self, putting it out there, just being you, just being open, and F who thinks what, right? Who cares? I love that. Thank you, baby steps. That was really a good point you made. And thank you for your super chat. Hey, Laura Beth, you have a really pretty picture. I'm struggling. I'm going through menopause, grief, and uncertainty with my job. Every day, I'm trying to pump myself up just to keep my head above water. I need to take better care of myself. This is really, really, first of all, welcome. Thank you for sharing this. And I relate to this so much. Not the menopause yet, but I think I'm going through perimenopause. Definitely the grief, uncertainty. Absolutely. I think we all can relate to that. Know that you're not alone. And here's what I will offer up to you, what my therapist says to me. And you might have heard what I said earlier, but Laura Beth, thank you for sharing that. My therapist just says, I always give him a problem, I'll give him something. It might be a struggle, may not be anything heavy. It depends on the session. Sometimes I'll start my computer up because we do it on a Zoom type deal. And yeah, Gen P, and he'll go, "How you doing?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I'm trying to sort this out. I kind of have this issue." And then sometimes he'll be like, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm stressed. Like I have this problem." Like it just depends, right? It depends on how dramatic I'm being based on the problem I'm having. I don't feel understood at work. I feel judged. Okay, Laura Beth, I get that. I get that deeply. But what he says before we even go into the problem, he always says to me, and I kind of like this, how's your self-care? What are you doing for self-care? I like that that's where he goes before we get into the problem. Because what is that? It's self-love. Before we get into your problem, what are you doing to take care of yourself? I say this too a lot. Zoom out. Because I'm a Cancer sign and I overthink and I dissect the shit out of everything. And I tend to zoom the F in, and I'll be like looking at every detail under a microscope. And I'm like, but why did they say that? But why this? I find myself going, whoa, 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 whoa. Zoom out. Zoom out. Right? Let's look at this from a further away point of view. So I totally get it. I want you to know that I get that on a pretty deep level. But I think it goes back to that 7-year-old and 70-year-old. What are you doing for the self-care there? If you feel that, and by the way, self-care is subjective as hell. It is. What self-care to you may not be self-care to me. When he says, "What are you doing for self-care?" Now, if I was super, super wealthy, I'd be like, I had a spa day and I took a trip with my girlfriends, like, right? I sometimes will get like a pedicure if I can. But for me, self-care could be a nap. It could be a really hot shower. I often think of self-care these days as taking a walk with my dogs, not a long one. It's not like I'm like super about fitness, but I'll take a nice walk. I'll unplug. I won't check email. I won't check any shit on my phone. I just kind of like, I might watch a movie. I never watch TV. I never watch movies. So sometimes I'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to rent a movie and watch a movie. I never do that. I probably do that 4 times a year. So it could be anything. Yeah, self-care to me is knitting or crocheting or gardening. It's different for everybody. But the point is, you have to find something, Laura Beth, that you can kind of unplug and do for you and remind yourself of who you are, that this is not permanent. This will not be forever. But if you're good with you, it's harder to feel judged. It is. I say that not condescendingly to you. I'm not talking down to you. I don't know what you do for a living. I do YouTube for a living. I get hate so much. I get threats all the fucking time. I get people all the time going, "Reese is a pig. She's a fat pig." They make videos about me and they change my face to a pig nose. They call me just a fat piece of shit. They call child services on me. They email my mom. Like they really try to infiltrate my life, right? In the beginning, that was kind of freaky and it made me feel very, very judged. But the more you become okay with you and you apply those self care things, I find, right? I find where I'm like, this doesn't matter to me as much. I do not value what these people think of me in the first place. Therefore, I'm not going to place much attention on it. Like the fact that you think I'm this like terrible mother and you call me those names says absolutely nothing about me. Doesn't say anything about me. You don't even know me. You have to have really thick skin. Yeah, Gen P, you really do. And I didn't have it fully in the beginning. I did because of Scientology, but it came at me fast. I was like, damn, whoa. And there was a lot of it. I was getting hateful emails, hateful letters in the mail, threats, people making videos about me, and they do it around the clock now. I don't look at that shit unless it's someone threatening to come to my home, like the guy we talked about. But I just think that for me, self-care is this YouTube channel, but therapy. Therapy is where it's at. Big time, big time, big time. Because it strengthened me to love me more and go, I don't really None of this truly matters what other people think. And let me ask you this. If you could change it, you can't. It's like Mel Robbins says, you can make somebody laugh. You can make them a cup of coffee. You cannot make them change. So the people who hate us or you feel judged by, someone said this to me. I think it was Barbara Waite. I could fly over on a helicopter and throw $100 bills out to the homeless, and they would go, Reese is a fucking litter bug. Look at her littering. So you have to understand that too. You got to meet people where they're at. And that's where they're at. And you're not going to change it anyway. I always say this, let people be wrong about you. Hey, Vanessa Carroll, let people be wrong about you. You do not have to fight every battle that you're invited to. Just because that person over there is trying to judge you, make you feel less than, minimize you, minimize your trauma, any of those things, fuck it. Let them be wrong. You're gonna encounter that a lot. I try to tell my 16-year-old son that a lot in high school. He's in high school. And I love that, Tinkle. I love that you have amazing friends. He's in high school. And I'm like, son, you're not going to know these people in just a few years. Like, let people be wrong about you. Let people think whatever they're going to think. It's hard. That's a hard habit to form. But once you do, there's so much freedom on the other side of it. Who gives a shit? Like, I'm not saying that insensitively, by the way. I'm not like, who gives a shit about your problems? I just mean, Laura Beth, I try self-care. I think I'm just in a dark time where paranoia from the judgment is overwhelming. We've all been there. That is real. Love you, Jojo. That is real. And it's valid. It's fair. Okay? Like, we've all been through that. For sure I do, Sassy. Hey, Hux. Hold on, guys. I don't want to yell in your face. Thank you. No one else is going through menopause, lost their mom, aunt, and dog. Okay, Laura Beth. So you've got a whole bunch of stuff on your plate. It makes absolute sense. And I'm so sorry. All of that coming down at once is so hard. It is so hard to deal with like a personal issue or a health issue and loss. Trust me, girl, I really get that. My dog died on Wednesday, suddenly on my chest. My husband died Saturday, 3 years later, or 3 days later, suddenly. Both of them, I did not expect them to die at all, let alone within 3 days of each other. So I totally get that. Life can fucking come at you so hardcore. It's like, can I take any more right now? So I get it. You are in good company, and I hope you'll stick around with us. I hope that helped. Loving yourself is not the same as being self-centered. Self-centered people don't love anyone. Oh my God, baby steps. So true. That is such a good point. Thank you for your super chat and pointing that out. Cheap Chick, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate that, you guys. It's very helpful to me and Huxley. It's just super kind also. You don't have to do that. And I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being members, having memberships, gifting memberships. No, Laura Beth, it's okay. I'm just telling you, like, you're in good company. I wasn't saying that to take away from your story. I just mean you're in really good company. I get it. Nothing feels better than when someone really understands you. You know, they haven't walked through your exact story. They don't know your exact right set of shoes. But that's why I love this channel. And you really are in good company. We understand. And these people are very, very just wise. These are some wise, beautiful people with a lot of hurt and pain in their past, and they get it. And somehow we all come together. Nobody judges, and people just let you talk and be vulnerable. And it's a safe space here for that because our mods keep it safe. If haters or trolls come in, they get rid of them. We can be ourselves here. Yeah, it is. Laura Beth, when people share stories, you bond. Also, when people share stories, I heal from that. Hey, Don Clark, does that make sense? Like, I always wanted to be a therapist because hearing your story of trauma or pain points out something in my life that I wasn't looking at from that point of view or angle. And then I heal a little bit. As sad as that is, like, people sharing their sad stories, I'm like, I get that. And I went through something like that. And I never thought about how that person healed that way helps me to heal a certain way. Like, I absolutely love hearing, as sad as it is, but I also love your stories of happiness. But your stories of loss, sadness, grief, trauma, I'm like, oh shit. Like, I absorb it. And then I think about it and I apply it to my own loss, trauma, and grief. And I'm like, she is strong. And I like how she dealt with that. I'm going to adopt that and deal with it that way. I do it all the time, whether it's here or in the real world. I love, love, love hearing people's use their voices for whatever story it is that they want to share, right? Thank you, Tennessee Girl. That's beautiful. Carolyn Peters, check out the High Five Habit by Mel Robbins. Boost confidence, reduce self criticism, and rewire the brain for positivity. Yes, and I love Mel Robbins. That's beautiful. And just right there, reducing self criticism. I mean, they say it all the time. You are what you think about. Your thoughts really do matter, guys. Thoughts matter, words matter. So, what you're like feeding yourself all day, just like the shit food we eat, if that's what you're doing. I do that. I try to eat really healthy and then I'll just like down a bag of Fritos and I'm like, oh my God. But I love chips. When I was a small child, a witch put a curse on me that I would love chips, and I do. And it's a problem. I love salty shit like that. And it's every time I eat it, I'm like, now I feel like shit. Right. And it'll never change. I'm just complaining. I'm not asking for wisdom or advice on that. I love chips. I'm never going to not eat chips. But even if I had to have like my teeth removed, I'd probably still be like that lady just eating chips with no teeth. I love chips. I try to eat like nuts. Like I love my sriracha almonds because I feel healthier by doing it that way. But the point is that witch that cursed me good. It's never going to change. But yes, thank you, Carolyn Peters. Thank you, first of all, for super chatting that. That's very kind. But yes, I agree with this very, very much. I love Mel Robbins. I think she is very, very intelligent. Look, it's Joanne Hawley. My complexion is glowing. Thank you. I just have too much highlighter on. See, look at me not taking a compliment. Thank you. See how I had to like backhand that compliment? I'm bad at that. She gave me a literal compliment. Your complexion is glowing. And I'm like, thanks. It's not. I'm ugly. I'm bad at that. I have to work on that. Oh my God. Marissa Martin, I ate all that garlic and I felt really bad. I very rarely fart because I don't have a gallbladder. I don't burp or fart. And I do the same thing. When Tommy eats a lot of garlic, he gets the wind. He farts so bad. And I found myself doing it. So much so that I sleep with 5 animals at night. And like I said this, my cats were like waking up to it. It was bad. And I was like, then maybe you shouldn't sleep near my butt. Did you ever think about that? No, because you were too busy thinking about yourself. Joanne Hawley, you have come a long way from way back in the beginning. I love the growth and the strength you have grown into. And every day you're learning more about who you are and what you will and will not put up with. That's growth. Yadira, thank you. And I agree with this so much. She's right. Look, we may make it to 100. You're not going to be healed by the time you get there, right? Like we have to, thank you, David Booley. You're still here. My God, we have to, it's not a race, guys. And I have the same salty hacks. Kim is blue. We could live together. We probably will. I'm not trying to creep you out, but that was a creepy sentence. I just want to validate that. It's not a race, but every day, like this Valentine's Day is different for me. It hit different because I am learning about who I am and what I want. That has nothing to do with a man. Has nothing to do with a relationship. Stop. Like, we need to be doing this. We need to be doing that. What about you? That's self-care. What do I want? What do I want in myself? What do I want to change? What do I want to be accountable for? What do I want to stop habits of that are fucking toxic? Like, work on us. Like we need to be watered too. This plant also needs to be watered. I feel like women especially are constantly like, what can I do for you? What can I, but we're constantly giving. We're pouring from an empty cup. We're setting ourselves on fire to keep you warm. What about us? Water that shit every once in a while. Speaking of, this is my first cup of water today. Like I'm not hydrating. I know I'm not doing it. Please remind me Good Lord. I know you, dear. I knew you were going to do it. Joanne, I love this. I love this comment so much because it's just, oh my God, Laura Beth. I know. I bought some Haagen Dazs the other day because they were buy one get one free at Publix. Speaking of, I get Haagen Dazs a lot, and they had cherry vanilla, and I was like, I'll roll the dice. I'll give it a try. I'm a Cancer sign. I don't try anything new. I do the same routine all the time. I got a new pint, and that shit was delicious, and I'm mad I didn't get more. Reflections. Yes, the negative things are pounded into your head over and over. It's hard to see the good. Okay, so Cheap Chick and Joanne, thank you again. That's a smart, wise ass Canadian up there. And thank you for your super chat. When negative things are pounded into your head over and over, it's hard to see the good. Who has seen the movie Pretty Woman? We've all seen it. Who hasn't seen it? She says to Richard Gere, the bad stuff is easier to believe. It is. And I don't know why that is. I think we're programmed, guys. I think it's all just some crazy ass program scheme. Like I think we are way more powerful. I think we are way more intelligent and kind and beautiful souls than we give ourselves credit for. I really mean that. I think we're programmed. I mean, I know I was as a Scientologist, I was totally indoctrinated differently. But I think it's all false. I think we are just buying a fucking narrative that they're feeding us. I don't mean to sound all cuckoo conspiracy, but like, I really am starting to step into like more of my feminine power. I had power I didn't even know I had. I was married to such an asshole that was so harmful to me. Scientology took it at such a young age, right? That power. And I'm getting it back now. And I didn't ever lose it, but I didn't know I had it too. We all have it. And women especially are just gorgeous and beautiful and soft. And we have so many gifts and we're so intuitive. And it's like we're so busy just tearing ourselves down, worrying about what that group of people think about us. We're so worried about that guy's opinion of us. Important people with important opinions, right? Hey, everyday viral, happy Valentine's Day. Am I right? I mean, that's what I've spent most of my life doing. Like, I upset that person. I better start walking on eggshells. I don't have enough makeup on. I need to look better than this if I'm going to go out in public. Like, rules, rules, rules. Stay in line. Why? Like, we are absolutely beautiful just the way we are. Why are we trying to change it and shape shift into something we're not? I like who I am. A lot of people don't. A lot of fucking people don't. Joe Virus, I love you. Joe, I'm going to be in LA in 2 weeks and I really wanted to see you. Hey, Debbie A. Do you guys agree with that? I just think there's so many people who don't even know who they are. Yes, Anne. I meet so many people and I'm like, she doesn't even know who she is because I was there. Yes, Joe. I mean, I don't know where you live in California, but guys, I'm going to be in LA in 2 weeks from, is today Saturday? 2 weeks from yesterday, I'll be downtown in Hollywood protesting. It's our Cancerian trait, faithfully. Probably so, but I also see it in women. Okay, Joe, I will. Tell Rain hi, I miss her. I just see a lot of people where I'm like, you don't even know who you are. And I know this and I sense it because I didn't know who I was. And I'm finally climbing out of that and peeling back every layer. I mean, all the time I'm like, do I really feel that way? Or was that what Scientology told me I am? I have to do that to myself all the time. I'm like, is that Scientology or is that me? But at least I'm doing it. Yes, Ruth, exactly. Oh, you're kind of far then, Joe. I didn't know that. I love you. Thank you, Hope Between the Dreams. I'm so glad you're still here. Laura Beth, go get it. It's Saturday. It's Valentine's Day. Treat yourself. Self-care. Okay? That's your version of self-care tonight. You know, some days it's rare because I'm a neat freak and I don't like smelling, especially my unmentionables. But every once in a while, Hope, thank you for that super sticker. I love you. Every once in a while, a couple times a year, I'll just feel down enough one day where I'm like, all I could do was brush my teeth today. I didn't even take a shower. Rare, again, because I don't like a smelly panty hamster. I have to have a clean ham wallet. But every once in a while, I'm like, fuck it. I couldn't do it today. And I used to get down on myself. I'd be like, "What a piece of shit. You stink." Like, get in the shower. I'm a pretty clean person. I have cooter wash. I have special wash for my panty hamster. Like, I really scrub myself in the shower. I exfoliate. I have a whole routine. But, 2 to 3 times a year, kinda like how I shit my pants every once in a while, it happens. And I'm like, self-care. I couldn't do it today. I stayed in bed. I ate nachos on a heating pad, and, that's the best I could do. I brushed my teeth. That's all I could do, and that's okay. So, go get the ice cream. It's the best you can do tonight. Self-care. So what? Who cares? Like, be yourself. If you are in town, we will hug. Don't you threaten me, Joe Virus. I will squeeze you. I'm gonna get a hold of you. You and Rain. I'm gonna get a hold of you and I'm gonna make it weird. I'm gonna make it real weird. I'm gonna grab your arm skin. I'm gonna like squeeze. I'm gonna probably squeeze you at like inappropriate times on your face. Don't make it weirder than it already is. Today is the anniversary of my mom's death. I'm eating Jelly Bellies. She's not a hugger. That's okay. I really wasn't either until just recently. So I won't hug Rain, but I am going to get a hold of you, Joe. And I'm going to make it weird. Yeah, I know you have, Mar. Today is the anniversary of my mom's death. I'm eating Jelly Bellies for dinner. First of all, we love you, Julie. I'm so sorry. And I'm sure that's really, really, really hard. I'm sure that's really hard. By the way, Joe, I wouldn't have hugged her anyway. I never hug anyone without their consent. Like on this channel, when I meet you guys, I'm like, can I hug you? I don't ever just like walk up and hug people. It's like when I was pregnant and people would walk up and just like touch my stomach and like look into it like a crystal ball and like talk to my stomach. I was like, consent's always a great thing, but that's okay. No, go ahead. Just lift up my shirt. And why don't you get a look at my boobs while you're at it? I am so sorry, Julie. And I love that you chose Jelly Bellies for dinner. That's okay. You're doing the right thing. You're absolutely doing the right thing. Like, congratulate yourself. You're doing the right thing. Your mom would probably be happy about that. It's okay. It's all you can do today. Self care, guys. That's what I call that. I'm not being like cheesy when I say self care. I mean that. Self care. And self care is subjective. And every time I give my therapist a problem, hey, Wendy, he goes, what are you doing for yourself? What's the self care routine right now? And sometimes I'll be like, I did a really good facial on myself in my bathroom and I exfoliated the shit out of myself. And then I did a little hydrating mask. I stood in the shower for 10 minutes and just let it hit me. And I cried, whatever the fuck it is for that day. It changes every day. We have to fine tune it. We have to customize it. Hey, P. Taylor. I lost my mom a year and a half ago watching It's Complicated on TV. Oh, I love that movie. She and I sat together and laughed till we peed our pants. I love that movie. It's Complicated with Alec Baldwin and Meryl Streep is such a good movie. John Krasinski's in that. That's perfect. You did the right thing. That's incredibly validating. I love that you did that. If I ever meet you, Reese, it's going to be a hug-a-palooza. We'll stop traffic. You better believe it. We're going to jump into a hot air balloon and float across this great nation together, Barbara Waite. And we're just going to hug as we float across each state. We're going to have Chipotle and jelly beans. That combination makes me feel like I would need a bathroom, though, quite honestly. So maybe we just bring like some chips. Chips don't make me shit myself, but Chipotle and jelly beans, I absolutely would need a bathroom. I love you guys, and I mean this so much. We're at the 2-hour mark. I apparently have been invited over to be on Tommy's channel tonight for some reason. I don't know what that is. I'm going to hop on over there. I mean this. This was a great stream. Usually there's shit shows, and I think this was an absolute shit show. I was all over the place. We went into the weeds. So what? Love you, Riley's human. So what? The message is what we got across tonight for those that needed to hear it. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. For those that needed to hear tonight, heard it. And I'm looking at you, Laura Beth. Right? We just have to. Here's the other hard part. Jen P, I love that you were here. You love true crime. I'm sorry I'm not your girl for that. But I will say, I hate to say this, but I learned this recently because I kind of felt this way my whole life. Nobody's coming to save you. And I felt that way when I very much felt like I need a man. I need a man in order to feel whole. I need a man financially. I need a man to take me out to dinner. I need a man to be a father to my child. No, I'm the father to my child here too. I'm his mom and his dad, right? Like, hey, Taylor, no one's coming to save me. I do not need some abusive fucking lifestyle, right? That I can do this and I will do this for me. I have to prove it to my 7-year-old self and my 70-year-old self. I can do this. Nobody's coming to help me. Nobody's going to come give me money. I have to do it. And I'm proud. I'm more happy than I've ever been because I'm paying my own fucking bills. It's hard. It sucks. It's difficult because YouTube, you don't clock in, right? Like there's no, at the start of every month, I'm like, I could get nothing this month. It's feast or famine. You have no idea, right? I don't have health insurance. I got to figure that shit out. Remember last week? Thank you, faithfully. Remember last week when my mom saw my car tags and I was like, I just did my taxes and I got my car tags. My mom was like, look at you. Like I was 5 years old. It was so sad and embarrassing. I went, what do you mean? She was like, you're doing it by yourself, Reese. She was like, I'm proud of you. Look at you doing it. Because she's right. My accountant, I feel so sorry for this woman. I'm like, she's like, I need all this. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to put air in a fucking tire. I was like, what are you telling me you need? What? I was like, you need a 1095 what? I was like, oh no, I got husbands for that. That's why I've always been married. I was like, I don't know how to do anything. I can't do shit. Not anymore. Stop that. Like I paid my car tags. I figured it out. I got an accountant that speaks Reese. I feel so bad for this woman. She was on the phone with me for over an hour. I was like, I don't know how to do anything. She was like, that's okay. I was like, do you know any good recipes? She was like, let's get back to itemizing these receipts. And I was like, what receipts? Chipotle? I was like, do you like their white rice? Because I do. Are you a cilantro fan? I was like, do you like spicy or just mild? She was like, spicy. So let's talk about this credit card statement. I was like, right. I get it. I was like, but did you see the Anthropologie sale? I was like, there are some cute spring sweaters in that sale. I was like, I got these leather pants that are so cute. And I was like, Paula's Choice right now is 25% off if you like her vitamin C serum. She was like, great. She was like, so did you have any expenses with, I was like, I don't know. You'd have to ask my ex-husband. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk about shit like that. But no, she really held my hand through it. Guys, nobody's coming to save us. Nobody's coming to save us. You can do anything, NC 2026. I love you guys. I mean that. But I am a mess. I'm a work in progress. I love Anthropologie, Laura Beth. I love Anthropologie. We like a pop of whimsy, do we not? We like a touch of whimsy. Yes, we do. Oh, this really was a shit show. Thank you for being here. Alas, Kim is blue. Thank you for using that in a sentence. I love you guys. Love you, Joe. And consensual hugs. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't just run up and hug people. It's got to be consensual. All those things, all the things about touching do. I always tell my son that. Don't ever touch anybody without their consent. That's a good way to end off on this, especially for Valentine's Day. Tommy sent me a text today and he was like, I really wish I could get up on you and like rip your clothes off. He was like, is that okay? I was like, yeah, because we know each other and we've had intercourse before. We've had coitus. I was like, but if we were total strangers, no, that would be a crime. I was like, that would be illegal. So, yeah, I was like, definitely it's okay to perform as long as, everybody involved is like, yeah, it's cool. Right. Goes without saying, but still it seems important for tonight. I've always had to do everything for myself. I would love someone to do it all for me for a bit. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's one of the reasons I just kept collecting husbands. They should be soft, strong, and disposable, right? Baby steps. I love that. I saw that, Joe. That was amazing. Thank you for your super chat. And I would love for someone to come along and do everything for you. Although you are a very self-sufficient, independent woman. And I kind of look up to you for that. Yeah, Laura Beth, permission's important, guys, especially on Valentine's Day. Don't F around, okay? Happy consensual Galentine's Day. That's right. Love to the Canadians. And Julie, we're thinking of you tonight. I love you, Sherry LeBrun. Thank you for being so open and understanding. Of course, I love you. That's why I'm here, because you guys don't realize how open and understanding you are for me. I think that's what people don't get. I love that made you feel that way, or we made you feel that way, Sherry. But you guys don't get that you are giving me the biggest gift by letting me be myself. Nobody's being mean to me here, or like shaming me or blaming me or anything. I get to just come here and be vulnerable with you. That's what I love. So thank you for that gift. Thank you. Thank you for that gift. My love language is definitely quality time. So thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you to the new people who gave me a chance. I hope you'll come back. Please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and thank you more importantly too for the super chats tonight. Thank you, Jen P. Thank you for your gifting memberships, baby steps. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being members. It helps Huxley and I a ton, but I don't expect it. You just do it. And I appreciate that so much. And I want you to know that I never, ever, ever take that for granted. So thank you. It means the world to me. It helps us a lot. Mods, thank you for being here, for your time and protecting us. I love you guys. I will be over on the boat, I guess, I think, in like, oh shit, like 45 minutes. I got to go feed Gert. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you. And I love you all. I will be back tomorrow in the afternoon. And I'll see you then. Thank you guys. Have a good evening. And I will see you. Here comes Fred.